Hey guys, what's going on? Hayden here. I want to talk to you guys specifically about Pokemon's 20th anniversary, which has happened this year, and if you didn't know that, what the hell's wrong with you? But Pokemon is celebrating 20 years of being around and being awesome and being the best thing ever. No, I'm just kidding, but it's pretty amazing. And I kind of wanted to go through the year with you guys, 2016, everything that the Pokemon Company has done for Pokemon this year to celebrate its 20th anniversary. There were some things that were not so amazing, but on the whole, I think Pokemon has done a lot of cool things this year, and I kind of want to just talk to you guys about everything that they've done, give my thoughts on each specific thing. I've got a list here on my computer, and I'm probably missing a few things on this list. This is just everything that I could remember happened this year. And believe me, like I've been a really big part of the Pokemon community this year. I mean, I don't want to say that as in like I've been like a big face in the Pokemon community, but I have been on Pokemon overload this year. Like just everything Pokemon. I've been so my life has been consumed by Pokemon, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So anyway, let's get into this. So first, the first thing I have on here is that the Pokemon had a freaking Super Bowl ad this year. It was the whole, I think it was like the Train On advertisement or whatever. But like, it doesn't matter what the Super Bowl ad was. I mean, I loved the commercial. Um, it was very powerful and made me feel like a kid again. But the fact that like, video games don't get Super Bowl ads. Like Clash of Clans got one a while ago, I think, or not that long ago. Pokemon obviously got one this year, but other than that, I can't think of another video game that got a Super Bowl ad, like, at least since I've been alive. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but like, it costs like a ass load of money to get a freaking Super Bowl ad, and they got one. And I'm pretty sure it was like in conjunction with Pokemon Go, which I'll get to later on. But I don't know, it was just really cool that they got a Super Bowl ad, regardless of what was in it. That's really cool. The next thing I have on here is that there is all sorts of freaking merchandise for Pokemon this year. There is all sorts of new plushes. One of my I didn't even know this till the other day. One of my friends sent me a picture of Pokemon bath bombs. Like they're like little Pokemon. Like you put them in the bath, and then like as the bath like dissolves it, there's a little Pokemon toy in it that you can keep. Like I didn't even know those existed. But there's just so much crazy Pokemon merch this year. I'm still trying to hunt down a Rowlet, a plush Rowlet. I need one in my life. I can't seem to find any in here. I live in a really small town. My god, I need one. But yeah, the Pokemon merch this year has just been crazy. I don't know, you probably can't see it on my shelf up there, but I've got a stuffed Chimchar. I think my Amiibo are blocking it. But I've just loved all the new merchandise from this year, and it seems like there's no sign of slowing down from that. So the next thing I want to talk about is that there has been legendary giveaways. So by that I mean in Pokemon X and Y, Omega Ruby, Alpha Sapphire, before Gen 7 came out, each month or so you could download a new legendary Pokemon to your game. It was like a mystery gift kind of thing that the Pokemon Company was doing. Or was it Game Freak? I don't know. They're basically, when I say Pokemon Company or Game Freak, you probably know what I'm talking about. But this is really cool because especially some of those older legendaries like Mew and Celebi and whatnot, those are like impossible to get nowadays without hacking. Like for example, Mew, if I remember correctly, you had to go to like a Toys R Us event, and like only a few people that actually went to the event like got a Mew download code or something like that. I don't even remember. But a lot of those legendaries from like the really old games, those are really hard to get. So now trainers, well I say trainers, but like us, we could actually get those Pokemon now. Like by legitimate means. So that was really cool. And they did like a lot of legendaries. They did like Mew, they did Keldeo, they did Celebi, just a lot of legendaries that you couldn't get easily or normally in X and Y and Omega Ruby, Alpha Sapphire. So that was really awesome. Pokemon Red, Blue, and Yellow were re-released on the Virtual Console, the 3DS Virtual Console, and they had actual trading implemented. You didn't need a link cord. I mean, you can't use a link cord with the 3DS, but you could actually trade between your games. And furthermore, you could actually trade these Pokemon to Generation 6 games. Or can you trade them to Generation... I think you can trade them to Generation 7 games. That was like back in February, so I'm not remembering that well. But I remember there's something really cool about the Pokemon Bank, how you could like actually use these Pokemon later on. I never tried that myself, But that's really cool. You know, those games, Red, Blue, and Yellow, are very, very important games in the gaming world. I mean, they spawn. They're the reason we're having a Pokemon 20th anniversary anyway. Um, but seriously, like those games are very, like, say what you will about them, they're buggy messes. They're super buggy. But those games have really changed the lives of so many different people, and I don't say that lightly. Some people's careers are based on the fact that Pokemon Red, Blue, and Yellow exist. You know, Pokemon is the reason why a lot of people started their YouTube channels. Pokemon Red, Blue, and Yellow has been, or Green if you're in Japan, like, it started a whole cultural phenomenon. Like, Pokemon is Pokemon because of Red, Blue, and Yellow. And the fact that they were able to faithfully recreate these games on the 3DS Virtual Console, for people, you know, Pokemon's been around for 20 years. There's a lot of kids playing Pokemon nowadays that did not play the original games because they didn't exist. Like, these kids just were not alive. They weren't born yet. So that was really cool. And I think re-releasing those games, especially with the trading functionality, really is a big, important thing. I love those games. I mean, yeah, they're hard to go back to, but I can't hate those games for what they've done for my life. So Pokemon Red, Blue, and Yellow on the Virtual Console, absolutely huge. So amazing. There's also been re-releases of older Pokemon cards. Now, I never really followed the Pokemon trading card game. I used to have trading cards as a kid. Really just had them for the pretty pictures, honestly. I never really got into the trading card game. But the fact that they re-released, I guess they re-released some of the really old rare cards in like a new Generations set or something. Those of you who are more familiar with the trading card game can talk about it in the comments, correct me on my wrong bullshit and stuff. But that was really cool. I know like holographic Charizard or something is like a super rare card. And I guess that's a thing that you can get now in this new set. I mean, it's not the original, obviously, but hey, it's still pretty cool. And like the really old Pokemon designs, like the classic Ken Sugimori art, regardless of it's like the games or the cards, that stuff is super iconic. And that stuff is like, first of all, very expensive. It drives a hard bargain, but it's just really cool artwork. So yeah, the re-release of the old Pokemon cards. Detective Pikachu! Now, that is something we still haven't gotten here in the West. I think it's only been in Japan. I don't think it's been a European thing at all. But man, that is such a cool idea. Like a Pikachu that talks and it's like a detective. And from what I've heard, I mean, I haven't played them because they're not in English yet. But from what I've heard, they're actually they've got really compelling stories. Well, I think only one's been released so far, but a part 2 is like, I guess not that far away. But the story in the first one was actually really cool from what I've heard. And it's something that I really want to like actually try, you know, once it actually comes out in America. I don't usually play that many Pokemon spin-off games, but that's one I can definitely get behind. And there's even a movie coming out. Like, there's been a movie, I can't remember if it's been confirmed or if it's rumored, but it's like a very credible rumor. There's been so many rumors flying around lately, I can't keep track of them all, but there's a Detective Pikachu movie in the works now. Like, oh my god, who would have thought of that? That is really cool, though. Detective Pikachu, the games, like the movie, like, oh, just give it all to me. It's such an out there concept, and I love it. Nintendo, or I guess the Pokemon Company, Game Freak, whoever, they took a really big risk with that idea, and I'm really liking how it turned out. Again, I haven't even played it. This is just from the footage I've seen and from the reviews and whatnot, but it's really got me excited to play. So yeah, these next two are kind of smaller compared to the other things. But the Pokemon starters, Charmander, Bulbasaur, and Squirtle, were actually featured in Super Mario Maker as amiibo costumes, or not really amiibo costumes because there's no amiibo of them, but you know what I mean. You can use them in the 8-bit original Super Mario Brothers stage maker. You can put them as mystery mushrooms. That's what I'm looking for. And they actually had their original cries, and there was actually a jingle that played when you finished the level. Again, a smaller one, but it's, hey, everything counts, right? Everything totally counts. I thought that was really cool. The next one, this is a little bit bigger than the last one, but there was a Pokemon Splatfest. You know what? I should say, this is actually fairly big, where you could choose either Team Red or Team Blue. Team Blue for life, by the way. But you could choose a side. It was a Splatfest, it was in the spring or whatever. And it got people so divided on the internet. I remember Twitter was an absolute shitstorm that week when they announced it or whatever. And Team Blue actually won. I'm very proud of that. At least here in the West. I think it's different. It was red and green in Japan or something like that. But at least here in in Canada and the US and whatnot, Team Blue won, so just saying. But that was really cool, and it was a very, I guess it really wouldn't have taken that much work. I mean, like, obviously there'd be some negotiations with the Pokemon Company and whatnot, and Nintendo with Splatoon, but putting that into the game, like implementing that into the game, I don't think it's that hard, but it went such a long way. It really kind of brought people together. Maybe there's people playing Splatoon that haven't played Pokemon since the original, and made them think, like, oh my god, yeah, these Pokemon games. Like, I remember I played Team Blue and my friend had Team Red. I don't know, I think that was a really small thing that went a really long way. So, the Pokemon Splatfest, awesome. Pokemon Tournament came out this year. That was back in March it came out. And Pokemon Tournament is a lot of fun. I'll say straight up, it's a lot of fun. It's kind of hard to learn from coming from someone who has been like a Smash Brothers player. When it comes to fighting games, I've really only played Smash Brothers. I mean, I button mash in like Street Fighter and stuff like that. But the only game that I've really known in the fighting game genre is Smash Brothers. This game was a little hard to learn, but I did get the hang of it. I used Pikachu and Mewtwo pretty much, that was it. But it's a lot of fun. It's a shame that not a lot of people are actually playing online anymore. Like, I tried playing the other day, and I fought the same guy like 5 times in a row. That's kind of a shame, because the game's actually a lot of fun. I will say it's kind of lacking in content, especially with the character roster. I mean, we're not even getting the extra fighters being added to the arcade version, though I think that'll be just a Nintendo Switch port. Pokemon Tournament I think will come to the Switch, and I think it'll have all the characters from the arcade version, opposed to people paying for DLC on a dying console. That's a discussion for another time, but I do think the content's a little lacking. I mean, there's a hilarious amount of clothing and customization to the character avatar. It makes like X and Y and Sun and Moon look like a joke with their customization. But the customization's really cool, but other than that, I thought the content was really lacking. There's not as many support Pokemon as I would have hoped, especially because when the game came out, there was like 720 Pokemon. I think they could have pulled a little bit more, but overall it's still a really fun game. I just wish that there was more to the game, but hey, it's a great stepping stone for a sequel, you know? I think that it was successful enough to spawn a sequel. I think a lot of people would love a sequel. Like, the fact that we have a game now where we can battle just like Pokemon battle in the anime, with like all the crazy camera angles and like minute to minute dodge, or second to second dodging, I should say. Just it's a lot of fun, and I really hope that they make a sequel on the Switch, which will hopefully have a bigger user base and hopefully will do even better for Nintendo. So Pokemon Tournament released this year. Thought it was a really good game. A little lacking on content, but hey, great start for the Pokemon Tournament sub-series, if it's going to continue to be a series. Now this game, oh boy, Pokemon Go. Holy fuck, like, I can't even like help myself by not swearing there. Pokemon Go completely took over the world. Like, I have never seen anything like this before. I've never seen a video game, I've never seen anything turn the world into zombies like Pokemon Go has. Like, what was it, like 50 million people were playing or something like that? Like, at one, like, I don't even, the numbers might even be higher than that. Pokemon Go has been an absolute phenomenon in the world. And people are saying now, like, oh my god, it's dying, no one's playing anymore. You know what? It's still the 9th grossing app ever made, and it was released in July. Like, and there's still, like, tens of millions of people playing the game. Like, yeah, it might not be as good as it was in July. In fact, I know it's not as good as it was in July, but you can't say it's doing badly. And they're starting to release Johto Pokemon now as of for this recording. It should go up on the same day I record this. But yeah, Pokemon Go, just like, oh my god, I got sucked into it. I won't lie, I totally got sucked into it for like 2 months. My entire summer, like, if I wasn't working, I was playing Pokemon Go, and I actually like got a fair amount of exercise doing that. Me and my brother would always play, and me and my friends and whatnot. It was just a lot of fun. It really kind of brought people together. You know, it reminded people who haven't played Pokemon in forever, like, oh yeah, I used to love this series. This is awesome. And now I can actually go out in the real world and catch Pokemon, like, so to speak. And again, like, I made friends this summer just playing Pokemon Go in town. Like, I just met random people, and like, we would just like see each other every day and like, oh, what did you catch? Like, and just have conversations. Like, it was a great conversation starter and a great way to meet people. And I love what Pokemon Go did to bring people together. Now, functionally, that game is terrible. Like, there are so many problems in that game. And I know that the performance has gotten way better. Like, Niantic has finally fixed like a lot of the bugs of the game. But like, there's not a lot to do in that game. Like, I feel like when we got the game, I felt like it was a beta. Like, the gym battles are just like mindless tapping. Like, the Pokemon battles, like, you find way too many crappy Pokemon in the wild. I understand that's been kind of fixed. I haven't played since like the summer, but I understand that's been fixed. But there was just a lot of problems with that game, and I felt that like releasing your Pokemon to get candy and like kind of repeating that process to like eventually evolve a Pokemon, that was just kind of annoying. Like, oh, excuse me. It was really rewarding to actually get that like Charizard or that Gyarados. The Gyarados, 400 candy, that's bullshit. But like finally getting that Pokemon that you've been saving up for, it was super rewarding, but it was just really annoying to do that over and over and over. But overall, I can't argue with what Pokemon Go did to the world and did for Nintendo and the Pokemon Company. Like, that has made them so much money. Like, with in-game transactions, like with how hard it is to get Pokecoins and whatnot, like, you know, people are spending so much money on that. Let's move to the anime. The XYZ anime, you know what? I'll probably hurt some nostalgia junkies' feelings. I think the XYZ anime is the best season of the Pokemon anime ever. Period. There's actually like a coherent storyline throughout the entire X and Y saga, and XYZ is just like, it's action-packed, it's emotion-filled, it was like, there was character development, like just so many good episodes. Like, there's obviously filler, like there's gonna be filler in every Pokemon season, let's be real. But the X, Y, and Z anime was so damn good, even though, spoiler alert if you haven't watched it yet, even though Ash lost in the finals, I wanted him to win. Everyone wanted him to win. Even though he lost in the finals, like, the story to X, Y, and Z was so good. Like, that final episode when Ash returns to Kanto, like, I was crying. I was straight up crying. I am gonna miss Serena, Clement, and Bonnie. Like, Pokemon has never made me actually, like, miss a cast of characters since Brock and Misty left at the end of the Johto saga. Like, oh my god, like, just thinking about it now, it's so good. And like Ash Greninja is so cool. He's such a badass. And like, I love Ash in the XYZ anime. I'm totally nerding out, I know. But Ash is actually smart in the XYZ anime. Like, he's actually like using good Pokemon. Like, he had 2 dragon types on his team. He had Goodra, he had Noivern, he had Hawlucha, Talonflame, Greninja, and Pikachu. Like, that is a stacked team. Let's be real. That was freaking awesome. Like, the rivals in that series, I hated Tierno, but the other ones were cool. I mean, everyone hates Tierno, let's be real. But Sawyer was awesome. Alon was so dark, and I love his, like, how, like, Team Flare used him, and then he realized, like, he was such an idiot, and, like, how he just felt terrible for what he did, and then he turned against Team Flare. Like, I know I'm kind of, like, if you haven't watched the XYZ anime yet, go do it now before I spoil any more of it, because I can't help myself. But like, oh my god, it was so good. And the ending, like the ending of the Team Flare arc, when all the gym leaders kind of take on, like the giant Zygarde or whatever, like, oh my god, it was just so, it was such a great love letter to the to Pokemon fans of the last, you know, however long you've been following Pokemon for. It was such a love letter. And honestly, the Sun and Moon anime so far, while it is very different, like it's not nearly as serious as X and Y was, I'm curious to see where it's going. I mean, there's only been 6 episodes after this recording, but I'm excited to see where it's going to go. It's definitely a change of pace, similar to how Sun and Moon is a change of pace for the Pokemon series. The X, Y, and Z anime, I think, was absolutely amazing. It was amazing. And speaking of the XYZ anime, we got the Volcanion movie this year, the Magearna and Volcanion movie. It wasn't the best, I will say. It's definitely not the best Pokemon movie, but it was actually a really good movie. Like, it was way better than the Diancie movie and the Hoopa movie. The Hoopa movie was terrible. My god, it was awful. But the Volcanion movie, actually pretty good. If you haven't checked it out yet, definitely check it out. Again, it's not nearly as good as some of like the first one and the third one, but it was definitely very good. But yeah, the XYZ anime, oh my god. Like, I could just go on forever and ever. If you haven't watched X and Y, the first 2 seasons of X and Y are on Netflix. The 3rd season, XYZ, it's not hard to find online. Do it. Do yourself a favor. Oh my god, it's so good. And okay, one more, I gotta gloat a little bit more. I love how in the X and Y anime, like they took away like the generic lined backgrounds like behind the characters. They actually like made like long sweeping camera angles that like got you really pumped up, and they were just very well done. The anime, it was just gorgeous to look at. There's actually like huge character development. Like, oh, go watch it. Okay, I'm done with the XYZ anime. But speaking of anime though, Pokemon Generations happened this year. Now Pokemon Generations is weird because for what it is, it's really cool. Like showing off these like very iconic moments from the games, or even moments that didn't happen in the games but were implied that happened. Like those are really cool to see. Like the police trying to arrest Giovanni at the Verdian Gym, or like what happened to Silver after like the events of Gold and Silver. Or is that the rival's name? I think it's Silver in the Johto region. The guy with the red hair. I think it's Silver. And then like seeing all these like things from Black and White, like seeing N, like what's he been doing and whatnot. Like, it's been really cool. But the thing that's got me split on it is that like they're really cool, but like they're too it's almost like they're a trailer for a movie that doesn't exist. That's kind of my problem. Like, I want to see more. Like, there's so much happening in these, like, condensed 3 to 5 minute videos, but, like, there's so much more. Like, I want to see... obviously, I know what happens after each event in these videos because I've played the Pokemon games, but I want to see that stuff animated. I want to see what happens afterwards, like, in full animation. That said, though, Pokemon Generations, it was really cool. It was just... very weird. It was like trailers for a movie that didn't exist. There was more that I wanted to see, but we weren't gonna see it. But what was actually in these trailers or these Generations episodes were really, really cool. Professionally made. The voice acting was awesome. Some of them were very creepy. Like the one that comes to mind is the haunted house in Diamond and Pearl, where you're walking through the forest with that girl with the Chansey. That episode legit gave me chills. And then some of the episodes were super, super epic. Again, like the Viridian City Gym one. Or the one, I think there's one where like Groudon and Kyogre are battling. Like that one was really cool. But yeah, Generations, it was really cool, but I wish they did more with it. Now, another one, this is a bit of a minor one, but there was re-releases of the first 3 Pokemon movies. They did like HD remasters of the first movie, Pokemon 2000, the one with Lugia, and Pokemon 3 Spell of the Unknown, the one with Entei. Which, by the way, number 3 is my personal favorite. That movie is so dark, especially for the Pokemon universe, and so epic. Like, if you're new to the Pokemon series and you haven't watched, if you weren't around back when Pokemon was kind of starting up, go back, watch the 3rd movie. Oh, it's so damn good. And the first movie is one of my favorites as well. It's very high up there with 3, 1, and 8. Entei, Mewtwo, and Lucario. Those are probably my 3 favorite Pokemon movies. But number 3, watching those again in HD was really cool. I actually did get to watch those in HD. Those are movies that they age so well. Those are timeless classics. And the fact that Pokemon recognized that some of their older material is very good, and they're re-releasing it, that was really awesome. HD remasters of Pokemon movies, a little thing that went a long way in my opinion, similar to the Splatfest and excuse me, I'm burping tonight. Okay, so the last thing I want to talk about, you guys are probably been wondering why hasn't he talked about it yet, because I'm saving it for last because I think it's the biggest thing on this list. Pokemon Sun and Moon. Oh god, Pokemon Sun and Moon. It is so damn good. Like, honestly, it's tied for first with me. I can't decide if I like Sun and Moon or Ruby and Sapphire better. Like Ruby and Sapphire has been my favorite since, Ruby and Sapphire. And then Sun and Moon came out and made me question that. They did so many smart things in this game. They removed HMs and got the Poke Ride system. That's amazing. You're able to, if you catch a Pokemon and you have 6 Pokemon in your party, you can choose if you want to swap out one of your Pokemon or not on the fly. And again, so many little things like that. I could go on forever. There's so many smart little changes in there. It's not a grid-based game anymore. You have full, freedom on where you run. That was so cool. That was finally, Pokemon's getting with the times. the story in Pokemon Sun and Moon. Oh my god, if you haven't played through Sun and Moon, I won't spoil it, don't worry, I won't spoil it. I know it's only been out for a few weeks, some people haven't had the time to finish it yet, but oh my god, the story I think is the best in the Pokemon series, period. And I loved Black and White's story, but I feel like Black and White kind of, like, it almost achieved, Black and White almost achieved what they wanted to actually tell with the whole liberating Pokemon. I just feel like they didn't quite commit to it. Sun and Moon's story, it gets really dark, and it stays very true to the whole theming of like family and friendship and love and whatnot, and just having a good time. But it gets super, super dark. Again, I won't spoil anything, but I think it's the best story in a Pokemon game, in a mainline Pokemon game ever. Like, hands down, definitely. The new Pokemon in this game too. I loved a lot of the new Pokemon. There's a few that I'm not crazy about, but that's every generation. But the designs were super awesome. Like, oh my god, Rowlet is just like, Rowlet steals my heart. That thing is so damn cute. Rowlet and Rockruff, man, like, I need those Pokemon in real life. Like, actual, like, those Pokemon. I need Rowlet and I need Rockruff. Those Pokemon, like, oh, so good. But I love the Alola region, and the environments are super awesome. The tropical theming is just amazing. Maybe that's why I like Gen 3 and Gen 7 the most. The whole tropical theming, I love warm weather, but oh my god, Sun and Moon is just so damn good. And the characters in that game are so awesome. There's actually like character development similar to the XYZ anime. There's actually arcs that the characters go through. Like, oh, I could go on and on about Sun and Moon. The music, like the visuals, like everything was working. There's no gyms anymore, but there's trials and there's like kahunas. That was an awesome shakeup. I was getting actually kind of tired of gym battles. They were very formulaic and felt very out of place for the Pokemon world. Like, you're going through all these like fields and these forests and these caves, and then your main challenges are these buildings. Like, it just, I don't know, it didn't feel quite right. The trials, I think, are the perfect substitute for that. They work super awesome, and I gotta say, like, okay, I'm bouncing all over the place. My thoughts are going crazy. Pokemon Sun and Moon is very hard. Like, if you don't use the experience share, which I didn't, the last third of the game, like, after you get to, like, once you're, like, halfway through the third island or so, it gets really hard. Like, that game starts to get brutal. Like, I actually blacked out a few times. A few of the Totem Pokemon killed me. The grass one in particular killed me. What was it? The sixth one, the ghost one, that one killed me. Oh, sorry, that's kind of a spoiler. But yeah, that one killed me. One of the kahunas killed me. I got knocked out like a lot of times. But holy cow, I loved that challenge. Like, and again, the ending, so good. So good. Like, the post game, not the best post game, I will admit. The post game has been better in other games, but it was way better than X and Y. It's way better, which I know isn't saying much, but it was still really nice to see. Okay, I have been talking for a long time, so I'm going to wrap this up. Pokemon has completely nailed their 20th anniversary. This year has been an amazing year to be a Pokemon fan. I am so happy to have been a part of this. Oh, it's been such a fun ride, and I'm really going to miss this year. You know, there's been a lot of cool Pokemon stuff this year. I mean, not to say that they're not going to keep doing Pokemon stuff in 2017. I mean, Pokemon Stars, if you know what I mean. But yeah, this year's been an awesome year to be a Pokemon fan. Like, I applaud you. I applaud you, Game Freak and Pokemon Company. You have completely nailed your 20th anniversary. Good job to you guys. So thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like. Make sure you subscribe to my channel if you especially enjoyed, and follow me on Twitter. There are links for those in the description below. Comment what you thought about this year. I want to hear what you guys have to say about Pokemon's 20th anniversary. Did you like it as much as I did? Were there some things I missed? I mean, I probably did miss some things. Was there anything you didn't like? Let me know in the comments. Peace out, guys. See you later. Bye.